I can't tell you what design will look like in 10 years. To be honest, nobody can. But I can tell you exactly what you need to survive in the next 5 years. And it's not what any design course is teaching you. I have been a designer for 10 years. I have worked at Airtel, PhonePe and Zeppro. I have led design teams. I have mentored hundreds, in fact thousands of designers over the last 5 years. And right now in 2026, I'm watching the design field go through the most significant structural shift it has seen in the last 15 years. This video is the first in a 7-part series that I'm calling The New Designer. Not because I have all the answers, but because I've been watching this shift closely enough to tell you what's coming. Let me take you back 15 years. In the early 2010s, the design field started doing something interesting. It started splitting itself into smaller and smaller roles. We had UI designers, UX designers, UX researchers, interaction designers, motion designers, service designers, content designers, and design strategists. Basically a lot of new roles. And on paper, this made sense. Products were getting more complex, teams were getting larger, so specialization felt like the most logical response. But here's what actually happened. Designers started owning less and less of the overall product. They became experts at one thing and completely disconnected from everything else. The UI designer did not need to understand research. The researcher did not need to value visual design. Nobody basically needed to understand business or development because someone else was handling it. Now, we called this progress, but it was actually fragmentation. And then AI arrived, and it did something that nobody fully predicted. It did not replace designers, it just asked us to collapse this fragmentation that we had been doing. Think about it. If AI can generate a wireframe, why do you need a person dedicated to designing wireframes? If AI can write UX copy, why do you need a content designer? If AI can summarize user research, why does the researcher's role look the same as it did in 2018? The answer is, it does not. And the market is starting to figure this out. What companies now want is not a specialist who is good at one narrow thing. They want a builder, someone who can own the end-to-end design of a product, who understands the research, the interface, the system, the business context behind every decision, and enough about development to communicate without losing the things in translation. And this person will be augmented by AI across all of it. Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most designers are not preparing for this. Most designers are still optimizing for the old world, getting better at their tool, getting sharper at their one skill. Basically, they're defending their lane and waiting for someone to tell them what to do next. But the industry is kind of gonna reject this. Not harshly, not all at once, but slowly, quietly, but permanently. The designers who say, I only do UX or UI are gonna find less and less opportunities that want them. The designer who refuses to learn how development works is gonna keep getting ignored in technical conversations. The designer who treats business as someone else's problem is going to keep getting overruled by people who actually understand it. You see, comfort is the enemy of the next 5 years. Now, the thing that nobody is talking about, the one skill on this roadmap that will actually separate good designers and genuinely dangerous designers. It's not Figma mastery, it's not AI prompting, it's not even systems thinking. All of those do matter. It's actually hyper-specific business and industry expertise. Domain knowledge. Basically a designer who deeply understands fintech, the regulations, the user psychology, the business models is 10 times more valuable than a generalist who has a good portfolio. Same for quick commerce, same for healthcare, same for edtech. Because here's the truth about AI. AI can generate screens, AI can generate copy, AI can even generate strategy. I mean, generic strategy, but AI cannot generate the judgment that comes from deeply understanding one industry. That contextual expertise, that is yours, and only yours. I want to be honest with you about something. I have no idea what design will look like in 2030. And actually, no one can predict this. The pace at which AI is developing means that anyone who pretends to know what the 10 years picture is going to look like is either lying or delusional. What I can tell you is that the defining skill of the next 3 to 5 years is not any single tool or any single discipline, it's adaptability. The ability to reassess where you stand every 6 months, every year, and be willing to a beginner again every single time the ground is shifting. The designers who will thrive are not the most experienced designers. They are the most adaptable ones, the most curious ones, and the most honest ones about what they know and what they don't know. So here's the roadmap. 7 upcoming videos. And this video is the part 1, Convergence, where we are understanding the shift. If you want to see all 7, subscribe and I'll see you tomorrow.